Top of the morning, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin is back above 37,000. Yesterday, we hit a high of almost 38,000 right here at about 10 a.m. What does this mean? This means crypto is going to explode soon. And we don't know when. We don't know if it's next month. We don't know if it's early parts of next year. But we know it's going to happen, and it's going to happen soon. So you need to look at the tokens that you want to have in your bag, that you want to ride to the moon to make these gains. You need to look at them now before they start exploding too far. And the reason I'm telling you this, the reason I'm bringing this to you guys right now is because the coins that I've been recommending in my Patreon all last week have exploded week over week and over the last month. They've exploded, and I feel bad that you guys haven't been getting in on this, and I think it's time to start talking about it. So smash that like button. Without further ado, let's start talking about it. All right, you ready? Number one, this one has exploded. MetaVPad. We are up 10% on the day. We are up 108% on the week since I recommended this. And in the last month, we are up 181%. This thing at the height, right there at the top of that peak, it was up about 200% on the month, meaning it tripled in the past month and it doubled in the past week. So if you guys had been in my Patreon and the Millionaire tier when I recommended this, you'd have been getting this thing at about a 1 million market cap. This thing has it has doubled since then. Dude, the money is happening, and you guys don't want to get left behind on this. So, and the reason I'm bringing this to you guys today is because even though it's pumped so hard, it's only at a 2.5 million market cap. And then you guys see that this thing has exploded like this in the past month consistently, and it is that tiny. It's like this is the hidden gems that have not been discovered yet, right? It's getting momentum. People are starting to buy into it, but there's nowhere near enough money in this. This is one that I recommended that was a 1000x gem. Now I would say it could easily do a 500x. And part of that reason is because BSC pad is another launch pad from the previous bull cycle. These are launch pads. So basically you hold this token, you have to stake this token to participate in the launch pad and get a tier. You get a tier allocation where you get tokens on an IDO at a private price. You get those tokens at a price that's much lower than the price of the public, meaning you have a strong chance to make money, meaning there's utility to holding tokens like this. Anyway, now getting into that, this one, the previous launch pad over here, was just riding at $2. It was like a 10x from where it's at now. This thing's actually a 40x from its all-time high right here. And this is going to be another one of my recommendations in this video, that this one can do a 50x. But this thing right here is literally a 40x from where it's at right now. Would be an 800 million market cap, right? So this thing was at about an 800 million market cap at some point. If that's the case, then this means that this thing could literally do another 350x or 400x just to get to where BSC pad was previously in the previous cycle. So I'll reiterate, and not financial advice, that I still believe this thing could do another 500x easily. And still, the guys who got in last week, you'll still probably see your 1000x, provided you guys hold on to this long enough. Don't expect to see this in a month. It's not going to happen in a month. If you guys want these life-changing gains, it's going to take a little bit of time, right? And so since this one has pumped 200% in the past month, let's go down. This was our 500x gain. Let's move on to our 1000x gain. Here is another one I'm going to recommend to you guys, and it is also not financial advice, but I bought this one about a month ago too. I loaded my bags back up on this one, and in the past month it is up 66%. So if you guys got in on this from the Patreon, I recommended this about 10 days ago right here. You guys are probably sitting up on like a 15% gain or something. So this thing has not pumped astronomically yet since it's been recommended. So this is why it's good that you guys are getting in on this now and you guys are hearing about it now, because you saw being that MetaVPad is up 200%. I never recommend that people chase pumps. And so you do your own research, and if you think it's not going to drop any lower and it's time for you to start DCAing in now, dollar cost averaging, and just buy some of your Meta VPAD now, but you guys don't want to buy all of it because it's at the heights, look at this one. Relatively over the past, what is that, past 3 weeks, this thing has just been hovering in this little zone, trading sideways since it is pumped up from this 7 cent mark. So this thing has consolidated for a little while, and as you can see, the market cap is mega low. So a 476,000 market cap. If you look at 475,000 times 1,000, that would be a 475 million market cap. And let me remind you, this hit a market cap of almost 800 million or more in the last bull cycle. So that being that this would hit 1,000x, not even being anywhere close to the 800 million mark. You see what I'm saying, guys? So, and I'm not saying that it can do 1,000x. I'm saying the math is there, that if this project, the project which is a launch pad that releases AI projects, and so this is why these tokens that have utility mean something, right? Because launch pads are something where you have to buy the token and hold the token and stake the token, and then your tokens are locked for a period of time, sometimes up to 270 days. And then sometimes you don't want to sell them at all, because if they're releasing projects and your allocation in those projects is based on you holding and staking those tokens, then there's nearly no sell pressure on these tokens. And then more and more people pile in and want to buy them so that they can get allocation in on these projects. And so Meta VPAD releasing metaverse projects, AI Pad releasing AI projects. These metaverse and AI are going to be the big winners of this next bull cycle. This is the future, right? So you have to keep that in mind with yourselves right now. I see my hand is kind of messed up. I have this big scar right here. But anyway, let's not get into that yet. I'll talk about that at some other point. But yeah, this would be your potential 1000x gem of this video right here. I'll do more research in on these on future videos for you guys right here. You guys could look in on this website yourself. It's pretty cool. The websites that they got for these are pretty awesome. Okay, and you could check out all this right here. Maximum supply. Apply for an IDO. See, there you go. That's if you had a project and you wanted to get your project released on their platform. So definitely look in here, do your own research before these things pump any too much harder. You don't want to get left behind on stuff like that, guys. All right, let's do our 50x gem. BSC pad. This one is a big one in the last cycle. I remember buying this thing when it was at like $2-3 before it dumped off hard. And we sold out of that. Once we saw everything's going to the ground, it was time to start getting out of more and more projects and keeping capital on the side, trying to conserve and wait for an opportunity like this, basically, for when it really bottoms out. Because you could see this thing is up 21% on the day, so it is breaking out. We're up 49% on the week, and I don't hold a lot of this. I have a little bit of this. Wish I had more, actually. We should look about getting more of this, but I mainly I invest in the things that I recommend in my Patreons. And so because this wasn't a recommendation, like a direct recommendation in the past week or two, I have not been loading up on this in the past week or two. So I've been missing the jump-ins all here. So it's not like a swing trade I could do, but check it out. It's up 100% on the month. So this thing has doubled in the past month. Remember, we were just down here below 9 cents, and we're at 18 cents right now. So I'm not going to say you guys have missed the boat on this, because like I said, this thing is still like a 40x from its all-time high, and perhaps in the next bull market we can conservatively say that it could do a 50x. You guys can make a 50x return on this potentially. Not financial advice, do your own research, but you potentially you could, because it's only at 18 cents. This thing at some point was at $7.44, and you saw even when the market was teetering to crap, it was still trading, holding strong at $2 or $3 when everything else was dumping hard. So Do your own research on this one. Check this one out. Where's the website? Let's just click on the website on that one quick. See how nice this website looks right here. Close out the Patreon right here. BSC pad, first decentralized IDO platform for the Binance Smart Chain. Check that out. I love these websites, they're cool. So here's your staking requirements. This is what I was talking about, the allocation that you guys would need to get in on things like this, these LaunchPads. Like, you'd need to hold 75,000 of these tokens and hold them staked if you wanted to get that allocation right there. You know, that's a lot of tokens. Where's the little calculator right here? And this is what you always could do if you wanted to try and see if you can get an allocation. Right now, that allocation's $14,000. Now imagine if that did a 40x. That allocation, that top tier allocation, would cost you $500,000. Right now, this is costing $13,000 for this top tier allocation, but these will fill up as the bull market takes off. See, the Binance Smart Chain has been around a long time too, guys. So do keep this in mind here going forward, that you don't want to wait too long to get into the LaunchPads if the LaunchPads are something that you're trying to get into. Close up some of these windows right here. As you can see, Bitcoin's starting to take off, starting to explode, so it's looking like this could be another green day here for the crypto market, and that's not to be taken for sure. The market can do anything that it wants to, but real quick, I'm going to show you my last recommendation for the day right here. This one here is up 5% on the day, 58% on the week, and 136% on the month. We did recommend it, this one, in the Patreon. You guys could have made a lot of money in the past week or two if you guys were in there with us, but it is not too late. It's only a 75 million market cap, and if you want to look at the all right here, we're still way down. We're way down. I mean, this thing was at $16, and down here it'll actually, yep, $16.77. So this thing is still down at least a 10x from its all-time high right here, and I bet you it could do a 10x. We can conservatively say this is a 10x. And not financial advice, do your own research, but big YouTubers like Alex Becker hold this token and invest in projects that get released on this platform. This is another one of those launch pads where you have to hold the token to get an allocation, to get a tier. So big people like him are going to recommend it and say hold this so you can get into this project, and all the projects on their platform will pump and people will hold this token and the value will stabilize. So this is definitely a good pick for you guys to look at if you guys are trying to get in on something. I do feel bad that it's pumped so hard, so quick. Like, all the ones that I've showed you guys have been pumping hard, but this is why I couldn't wait any longer to talk about them, because it's like they just keep going up and up and up, and I was like waiting for them to go down a little bit to talk about them, but they haven't been going down. These are like tokens with real utility here, good crypto projects, not meme coin pumps that are just going to get dumped on because there's no reason to hold it. People need to hold these tokens to get those allocations on those websites. See what I'm saying, guys? Like, it's not to be taken lightly here. I was trying to pull up this right here. Right here. See, like, you could stake this and stake it for 270 days, 180 days. See what I'm saying? So people are stuck holding this token for a period of time. And here's another thing. You can buy this on all these places right here. KuCoin, Gate, Huobi, Bybit, and PancakeSwap. And so I get mine on PancakeSwap real easy. I used to do KuCoin too, but KuCoin was a good one. But yeah, anything that you guys want to do, just do your own research. Look at what you want to do first. Always look at the websites. You know, there's a whole layout right here you guys can look at and make sure that this is legit enough for you guys. But I hope I helped you guys out today, and have an amazing day. Love you guys lots. Stay safe and take care.